Welcome back. Now that we've finished sketching our cozy fall wreath in part 1, it's time to bring it all together with a bit of color. In this part, I'll walk you through painting our leaves, berries, and other autumn details step by step using the same palette linked below. We'll talk about layering, blending, and adding those pretty finishing touches to make your wreath look lovely and polished. If you've missed part 1 of this series where we draw our wreath, I have it linked in the description below. So open up your Procreate file, get your brushes ready, and let's start painting. Let's start off by grabbing the sketching brush we'll be using today. It's part of the Illustrator starter kit, and if you don't already have it, go to the goodie bag at prettylittlelines.com to get it for free. And in there you'll find the sketching pencil and all the brushes that we'll be using today. All right, now it's time to paint. So let's just open up our layers, and I'm going to create a new layer on top and drag it below. We can actually get rid of this sketch layer now. That can go away. We won't need it. And let's just start filling in with some color. So let's just pick an orange. It's the most obvious for our pumpkin. So we can go and find our monoline. It's just a really easy one to use for filling simple colors in. So we can just go and just fill this really easy. And you can drag your color drop in or color it all in yourself if you wish. Okay. Now let's pick up, let's see what would be nice for our flowers. We can try this color. That might be nice. So I'm just going to fill this. I think I could bring my brush a little bit closer to 45. Just do whatever works for you. Maybe even more. I might actually do some alternating colors in here. So let's just fill this all in and then we can go over and make a few changes. So as long as your whole shape is all connected, you can just drag that in. Super easy. Okay, and then we can go and just color in that center. Let's just make it a little bit lighter. So let's pick this yellow color here. And we can just lighten that up. Lovely. Okay, so then let's go and let's try this color here. And we'll fill this leaf in. All right, maybe this one. And this one here. I'm just trying to balance the colors out so it's a nice harmonious feeling. I think this one should be this color as well. Making a bit of a mess. That's the great thing. If you do, you can clean it up super easy. All right, I think this here, just balancing all over our, maybe I'll bring this brush down. That probably will help. Just balancing this across the whole wreath. Oops, forgetting I'm all in the same layer. All right, let's see. That looks good. Maybe this one too. Okay, so let's move on to another color. Let's try this one here and see what we can do with that. It's a little bit peachy. I can't decide between color dropping and coloring it in. I hope you're having fun enjoying this tutorial so far. If you'd like to take your drawing and painting skills in Procreate to the next level and do it in a way that feels relaxing and joyful, then check out my courses over at prettylittlelines.com. You'll find lots of different styles, step-by-step lessons, and in-depth teaching that I'm sure will spark your creativity and inspire you. There's something for everyone, especially beginners, and I think you'll really enjoy what's waiting there. I'll leave a link for you in the description below so you can check it out. But for now, let's jump back into the lesson and keep creating together. Okay, I'm just trying to think of how much I want this close to. How close together I want these. But let's just see. Oh, that looks nice. All right. Let's see. Be this guy. Okay, and then we need something over here. So maybe this. Okay, looks good. Now let's go pick another color. Let's see, what about this one? I don't think we've done this one yet. Nope. Okay, so maybe this would be good for some of these berry type ones. They don't all have to be the same color just because they're berries. Let's see. Yeah. Maybe just those. Yes, let's think maybe this too. Although I think I might want those darker. I don't know. See. How about these guys? Okay. Then let's see, what else can we do? Let's just try this one for the mushrooms. I think that'll be okay. Let's see. I think that was cute. All right, so then we can echo these in other places too, this color. Maybe this. And this guy. All right. While I'm thinking about it, I'm just going to color in the branch with this, actually not this brown because that's what we used as our actual line work. So why don't we just go take that brown, go up and to the left. It'll be just a little bit lighter, but still nice and dark. I don't think we really drew this in here. Kind of came to an end. So we can just, if you've missed that, you can just kind of do this and we can fix it later. Okay, that looks kind of cool. Okay, let's keep going here and get another color. I wonder how much I can push a purple in here, if it's going to be way too bold. I really like it, but I think it might be a little bit too much, so we can adjust that color. So let's just bring it up and to the left and just see if we can add a bit of purple in here. Yes, I think I like that. All right, I won't go overboard with it, but we'll just have it in a few places. So 1, 2, and 3. These are leaves, so the berry should be a different color, so I'm going to have to change that. That's okay. Let's see if there's any other little pops we can put in. Maybe. And then up here, let's see, maybe this one could be okay. All right, looking good. I have a thought to bring in some green. I'm not entirely sure it's what I want, but let's have a test. I'm gonna grab this green and see if I like it. It's always good to experiment. Yeah, sure. I can do that. Don't know why I like to color in some and then color drop some. Just kind of get in the mode here. I think if I'm going to do that, I'm going to have to have my brush quite small. All right. I think I'm going to have these all kind of different here, so I think that's probably good. I guess our little stems could be, I don't know if I want them quite this green. No, I think I'd like them a little bit more. Actually, you can just, if you put down your finger and select, your little selector comes up, I can just select that brown, and then I can color this in. I think the browns make a little bit more sense for this. That's better. And same with here. Okay, so I'm going to get this sort of yellow color. Maybe these grasses will be a little lighter. I don't know if that's light enough though. Let's try. Is that the lightest I have? Yes, it is. Okay, so just move this over a little bit more to the left. Just want it a little bit brighter. I really do need to color in some more stuff here. Haven't really been doing that as much. Okay, I wonder if this gold is going to be too boingy. Too much. I can see. No, I think that's fine. Yep, that's fine. That's good. Kind of need some of that over here. I wonder if I'll just do a couple of these. Just go over them. So just color 2 of those in. Balances that. Let's see, what else do we need? Maybe one of these could be gold. And here. Okay, that's probably good for that. Now let's see, what else can we bring here that we haven't used yet? Don't know if we've used this, probably. That's that color. Oh no, it's a little bit brighter. Okay. Yep. All right. I think I just need, maybe that should be green. I can just select the green here. All right. And I think I'd like to get sort of a deeper berry color. I wonder if this would look all right just for these little bits. It might be too bright. Oh, just erase that little mistake. Oops, I guess I have to go in with the orange color over it. There. And then I'll just get this color. I'm just gonna go get my color again. Okay. And these berries, that looks kind of neat, the purples. All right, we just have a little bit left to go, and I'm just gonna do this one here, and maybe it can be green too. I think that's okay. I'm just gonna select it. Okay, and then I just need a beige for here. I really did make a mess of this, didn't I? So I'm just gonna get this color and color that in there. Okay, so we need a beige. I think this is probably the best one to work from. So take this color here and then just move it over to the left and just get just a really neutral beige here. And then I can just make that a little bit darker by bringing it down just to get the underside of this. There we go. Okay, and we also need this. Maybe I'll just do this as brown. Okay, my goodness. There we go. We have our solid colors in. So now we'll just do a few extra touches and finish this up. All right, let's go to our layers here and open them up. And I'm gonna just create a new layer on top and make it a clipping mask. So it'll just be contained to our painting here. So tap on that and just choose clipping mask. Then I'm gonna change the blending mode to multiply, which is up here. And I'm going to choose this color here. And let's begin. I'm just going to make sure that you know what brush we're on. We're on the soft charcoal shader. And I'm going to have my brush size pretty small to get in here. It's whatever kind of works for you. Right now mine's at about 4. So I'm just shading really lightly the petals that are kind of behind. More concentrating on the center and just blending it out as I go. I can do a little bit on the inside of these petals just to give them look like they have little grooves in them. This just breaks them up a little bit. All right, just creating that depth of it. So this center will be darker. Just trying to like leave the tips to be lighter. Okay, that looks good. Let's go to our layers, and actually we're going to take our line work layer and just tap on the end and change that to linear burn and see how that really makes a difference. That's normal and linear burn. It's just going to give us this really rich color that looks really neat and will make it pop even more. Okay, so while we're still on this multiply layer, we can go ahead and just start doing the pumpkins. So just in between the grooves, you can do that. You can get a little shadow here. Do a little bit more on the back, of course. We're not going to go overboard. It's not going to be a like realistic shading here. We're just going to try to make this look a kind of a neat style here. So just that. That's good. And all in between here. Maybe that back one will be all colored in. Oh, lovely. Then we can start to do some of these leaves. Let's see, I might actually change my color. I'm just gonna do some more of the orangey ones, just have a little bit more orange in them. I'm actually gonna change my color, and that will change the look a little bit. So we can go and choose the purple, and then we can just do a little shading with that. You can bring up the size of the brush a little bit. Maybe not on the gold so much. I'm just giving a little bit. You can just see just so that they're not all just solid one color. Just kind of try to make them like fall leaves. Multicolored. Also kind of brings the color palette, like all of it all together too. Sort of marries it. Okay, and then we can change our color again. Maybe we'll go to this pinky color. Kind of looks nice with the green. That would look nice with the gold. I'm just being loose. This is not, you know, super specific about how you're doing this. Just kind of everybody gets a little bit of color. See how that just warms that up, makes it look kind of neat. Okay. Just having that subtle variation looks really nice. And then I'm going to create a new layer on top. I'm going to tap on it, make it a clipping mask, and then tap on the end and go to add. And we can still stay on this color, that's fine. And then I'm going to bring my brush opacity down quite a bit because you'll see it's quite strong if you want it to be. So I'm just going to really lightly just brush on some highlights. I can change my brush size if I'm trying to, you know, do a bit of a smaller detail, which kind of looks kind of neat. It's just going to give you these different colors that really are a little bit more unusual and just a little bit different than just actually putting just one color of paint on, just because of the way it reacts to what's below. So then of course we can add some nice little highlights here. Really makes that pop out. I might add some more low lights to it as well, just to have that contrast a bit. We go back to our other layer. So you can see how that looks kind of neat. And I'm going to bring my brush up again. Maybe just have some little bigger spots of highlights. Almost looks like it's being sun-kissed, kind of like that. All right. So of course we can use this on the pumpkin as well. We're going to use it on everything, but so I'm just doing really light pressure. Otherwise it does, you know, kind of starts to burn. But you can just kind of get that lovely glow. Everything gets a little bit sparklier. You could do it on the branch too. What I'm doing is having all of my highlights mostly on the same side, just, you know, from here, just so it kind of makes a little bit sense, but I'm not being too exact about it either. I think this guy needs little shadows in here as well. I'm gonna go back and do that. All right, we can get this. What a lovely, easy effect. Okay, so let me just show you. Actually, before we do that, I'm just going to go and just do these shadows here. So back to the shadows layer, I'm just going to get a purple. This needs to have a bit more on the bottom here. Where else did I say? Now I've forgotten. Maybe in here. And there a bit. Okay. All right, so let's see what that looks like with and without. So that's without, that's just plain. And then you add in your, like, look with those highlights. Boom. So fun. All right. So that looks good. So I think the only thing I haven't done is gone to this layer here. If I turn off my background, I notice that my little toadstool doesn't have anything, or the little white dot. So I'm just gonna go grab the monoline just with plain white and just fill that in so that when we put a different background, it's not gonna look silly. It's not going to have these filled in. All right, so let's do that. Okay, so that if we go and change the color of the background, those are still filled. So you can kind of have fun with different backgrounds, different colors. Just a lovely, actually I kind of like this one, maybe the peach too. That's kind of bright and fun. All right, so that is it. We did it. So if you did enjoy this video, I'd love it if you gave it a thumbs up and a like, and subscribe if you haven't already. And thank you again so much for watching. I love you guys, and I will see you in the next one.